Hi, this is Christian Herrera. It's Saturday today. This is a short video where I'm going to talk about what's going on with my personal blog, and also I want to talk a little about my setup that I'm doing right now. The thing is that I have decided to move my blog from Joomla, and I wanted to work with Markdown since I love the syntax in Markdown, and as for now my workflow has been writing stuff in Markdown, generating HTML with pandoc from Markdown, and then pasting the Markdown into the editor in Joomla, and the same for my company webpage. So now I'm doing an experiment with my personal blog, and I'm going to do the same later with my company homepage, which is also under construction. So for this project I chosen to work with NetLify, and I was considering at first to make my own script for HTML generation and use a templating system similar to Joomla's templating system, when you're only working with placeholders, and I was planning to doing that in Bash. However, since I am in a hurry, I want to have this done. I don't have a lot of time. I have my company to run, and I'm not getting paid for blogging or vlogging or whatever. So I decided that I'm going to do an experiment, and I found Hugo, which seems to fill all my demands that I have on a system. I was looking at some other systems, but they were written in Python. I personally don't use stuff that are written in Python if I can avoid it. And also there was some things written in Perl and Ruby on Rails. And the problem is for me that when you're working with that kind of system, all the installs are made by the language's own package manager, which puts files in my system that I don't want there. I want every file that's outside of the home directory and the ets directory to be tracked by the package manager. So this new trend that is out right now with package managers for, I don't know what the names are, but I find them wrong. I mean, if you install software, you should have them in your package manager, and if you want to have like some monochronic software and you want to run it from your home directory, that's fine. Just don't mess around with the rest of the file systems. I actually want to write a script that cleans up my whole system from every file that's not tracked by a package manager. So that's that, because I don't want my Linux system to become Windows with millions of untracked files and stuff that can cause problems in the future. Also, I recently set up and started using WinWiki, and as for now I'm doing just a checklist for things I need to have done. And I recently found out how to make the checkboxes in WinWiki, and I had a little problem with getting that done because I missed something in the documentation. So I want to just clarify. I'm using the Markdown syntax since I don't want to be, even if I do find the WinWiki own language to be usable, I don't want to be constantly changing syntaxes while I'm doing stuff, because I do most of my writing in Markdown for now. Before I started with Markdown, I used to do most of my writing in LaTeX. I have avoided using WYSIWYG software for writing for many years, because using stuff like LaTeX or Markdown helps me to focus on the content and the structure of the document. And actually, like, I know many people that are working with documents and they are looking at how pretty it should be, And I mean, if I write something in Markdown with Pandoc, I can easily convert it to LaTeX, and I can easily even use LaTeX syntax within a Markdown document to make it do LaTeX style stuff. So that is not a problem for me, and I find it easier to track my files while using WinWiki. It's perfect for me. I can get everything in one place. I can link this is my company. I'm going to do 2 separate wikis afterwards, but now I have my company and stuff I need to do inside there, and I have personal stuff, and here I have my blog. Here I have a link collection that I'm starting with links of interest that I want to check out, and then I delete them when I don't need them more. So this is perfect for note taking. I really like it. So in order to make this, as I was going, I lost my train of thought. In order to make these checkboxes, you actually need to make a list before you do that. So now I can do them. So that's perfect. So this was just a short update. I will present you with my setup later for Hugo and NetLifey. Actually, I'm not going to go that route that most people do. I mean, most people that I've seen using NetLifey, they go using a Git repository like GitHub or something like that. I don't do that because I want to be in control of my own data. I don't want to have stuff on GitHub. Actually, I have a NAS server that I live on my boat, but on my office I have a NAS with 2 disks and different setup with your backup to other services. But this NAS, there I run my own Git repository with my own stuff. So actually what I'm going to do, because the only files that are of interest for me are my Markdown files with all my posts and everything else. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to start a Git repository for my Markdown files, for my blog posts and the pages I will have on the site and the images. And that's everything. But the rest is not going to be tracked by this repository, because if I decide later to change system or to make something different or write my own generator in Bash or whatever, then I have what's important for me already structured, backed up, and version controlled, and I have it on my own server, on my own place. And I don't need to be thinking what happens if I mean, it's not likely that something happens to companies like GitHub, but something could. Someone could buy the company and start to make using it in a different way. The terms of use can change. I mean, that's stuff I'm not in control over. So I prefer not to have it like that. So what I have done now, I have installed Hugo and I started to working with that. I have installed the client part of NetLifey. So now the next step for me is to start to Git on my own server. I'm going to move. I already made a video on how I extracted my old Joomla files to Markdown. I'm going to post that video later, and then I'm going to write posts from my YouTube videos. Now, what I'm not going to do, I'm going to trash all my former blog posts. My blog posts that I have now are very, very, very old. They are from let's see here, and I have only one blog post in English. The rest are in Swedish, and I have Google AdSense. I don't know. Since I'm not getting paid, I'm still going to have Google AdSense on the page for those. I mean, just to support it a little. But here I have blog posts that are news, personal stuff. I'm talking about politics. I have Linux related contents, Like here I have an article that talks about should I love or hate Ubuntu, how to change the font size on URXVT in real time. I have how to make Midnight Command transparent. As you can see, if I open a new and I type MC for Midnight Command, you can see that I have transparent background. So those posts that's still of interest, I'm going to translate them to English and post them on the blog, and maybe do a short video about them. But all these old contents that I have that are not relevant anymore, I have contents from 2010, 2009, when I talk about internet standards. I'm talking about search engine optimization, WordPress coding. I think I have news, Swedish politics. I'm going to trash all of that, so I'm going to do this post, this blog, specifically of what's happening on the YouTube channel. So that's that. So this was just a short update. I just wanted to share this with you so you know what's going on. I have some excellent videos. Well, I have some ideas for excellent videos that I have planned for you. More of the tutorial type and educational type. I wanted to explain, for instance, how does the cache work on the server, or what happens when you're browsing a web page, all these protocols and stuff. I want to explain that and make graphs, but I have to prepare that content, and since I am self-employed, all of my time goes to my job, so I'm just doing this on my spare time. So I would really like a comment or a subscription, so maybe someday I can get paid something from Google for making these contents. And I will also try to post my videos on other platforms. I found one that is of interest for me. So I hope you're having a great day. Take care, all of you. I hope you're taking care of yourself and each other in these times with this disease that's spreading all over the world. Here in Sweden, I'm actually quite confident that we will get more restrictions here later, because people are not following the restrictions. I mean, people just carry on with their life as usual. So that's that. Have a really nice day. Bye.